In other news, NDC consultant Chishimba Kambwili has urged the court to cite all the relevant authorities that mishandled Zimbabwean politician Tendai Biti's asylum bid for contempt of court. Dr. Kambwili says the police and immigration officers have breached the international law by handing Mr. Biti back to Zimbabwe authorities. He has also called for the resignation of Foreign Affairs Minister Joe Malanji. Meanwhile, Dr. Kambwili has challenged the Anti-Corruption Commission (ACC) to probe dismissed Zambia Air Force Commander Eric Chimase for alleged corruption.
If a person comes to seek asylum in your country, and as a country you don't want that person, you allow him to exit to the next country for him to go and try his luck to get asylum. But you cannot get a person and go and hand over from a country where he's running away, either running away from war or running away from political persecution. You cannot do that as a country. And to make matters worse, Tendai, through his lawyers, had obtained a court order instructing the immigration to bring him to court. If this country does not respect the opposition, they should not transfer it to other countries. Because this is a pure case of them supporting the ruling party in Zimbabwe without due respect to the opposition. This gentleman has been accused of having caused some problem during the elections, and he came to Zambia to seek asylum. And this is all you can do as a country, to send somebody back and hand him over to the people that are going to persecute him against international law provisions. So I'm urging the courts to be very strict on this matter and cite the Zambia police and immigration for contempt, because we are creating a very bad name for Zambia. Next time it will be a Zambian. It may even be President Edgar Lungu with his thieving and corruption. He may be seeking political asylum after 2021 if he's going to be treated like that in Zimbabwe, because Zimbabweans regard Zambia as their second home. Just as Zambia regards Zimbabwe, Zambians regard Zimbabwe as their second home. So this behavior by President Edgar Lungu and this Foreign Affairs Minister, and that is why, you go and pick Wakabova from the golf club at Foreign Affairs Minister. This is what you end up. Because if Malanji was a Foreign Affairs worth his salt, like I was, like Ari Kalaba was, like Lubinda was, he was not going to make this mistake. But because that Malanji does not understand international law as a Foreign Affairs Minister, Chimase is a sacred cow. Chimase has been treated the way he has been treated because of pressure from the donors. Let not Lungu and this government pretend that they have relieved Chimase of his duties because of just mere corruption. The corruption, the international community started getting concerned about what was happening at ZAF and Zambia Army. And the sacred cow, as a sacred cow, they have relieved Chimase of his duty. If indeed Lungu wants to fight corruption and showing the whole country through Chimase that it does not condone corruption, Chimase should be appearing before the Anti-Corruption Commission. But read today's paper. The anti-corruption case says we don't want to duplicate. Maybe it's being investigated by other security wings. We shall wait. Useless anti-corruption. Chop Mambo and Chifiri were cited for making a comment over a matter that was already dispensed in court, and they are appearing in court today. Read today's newspapers and 2 days' newspapers. Sande Chanda was insulting the judiciary over the judgment for Kapoko, and they want him to go scot-free. I am challenging the Chief Justice to have Sande Chanda cited.
The Zambian government has defied a court order to have Zimbabwe's opposition MDC lawmaker Tendai Biti remain in custody with the Zambia immigration officers. Lawyers representing Biti have since asked Lusaka High Court Judge Pixie Yangaliro to adjourn the case in which he is challenging the decision by the immigration to send him back to Zimbabwe for them to commence contempt proceedings. The court had ordered that the immigration department facilitates Biti's appearance in court on Thursday.
The state has defied a court order to have Zimbabwe's opposition leader Tendai Biti brought to Lusaka for his court case. On Thursday morning, the Immigration Department at Chirundo border post handed over Biti to the Zimbabwean authority despite High Court Judge Gertrude Chawatama's order that he remains in the custody of the Zambian immigration officers who were supposed to facilitate his appearance before Judge Pixie Yangailo. In this case, the MDC MP has sought leave to apply for judicial review, in which he is challenging the decision of the government to deny him Sikh asylum in Zambia. According to government, Biti was not arrested but kept in safe custody. He tried to cross the border to seek asylum following reports that he instigated violence in that country's aftermath of the general elections, which left 6 people dead. When the matter came up, Judge Yangailo adjourned the case to enable Biti's lawyers to make an application for the court to address the apparent disobedience of the court order by the state. Biti's lawyers told the court that his client was not before court as he was reported to have been handed back to the Zimbabwean authorities. The lawyers intend to make an application for contempt of court against the authorities for disobeying the order. The Attorney General, who is the respondent in this matter, opposed to an application for an adjournment. Naomi Mwemba, Movie TV News.
Meanwhile, Zambian chief government spokesperson Doris Leah says government has not abrogated the asylum laws by handing back Mr. Biti. Ms. Leah says government is within the law because Mr. Biti does not qualify for the asylum conditions. She adds that a person can only seek asylum if the country of origin is under massive violence and total breakdown of law and order, which was not the case with Mr. Biti. Ms. Leah, who is also Minister of Information and Broadcasting Services, was speaking to Movie TV News in a telephone interview.
That Mr. Tendai Biti did not qualify because we don't see a breakdown of law and order in Zimbabwe. And as such, we denied him asylum and asked him to go back and handed him over, not deported him, because I see a term being used that deport. You only deport somebody who is in the country illegally, has committed some real offense and have to go back to their own country. But Mr. Biti was not in Zambia. He was attempting to come into Zambia on asylum. So we just handed him back, not deported him, because he has not entered into Zambia.
The Tendai Biti issue is an illegal act by this illegal administration. Because if they did not want Tendai Biti here, they should have sent him to a third country, either Tanzania, Malawi, Angola, not sending him back to a brutal regime in Zimbabwe.
Should the blood of that innocent man have sent back to Zimbabwe, then the leaders of this country will answer it. We've fed the service to ourselves, just having taken over the chairmanship.